Thank you. One of the great things about being an ambassador is when you ever walk in the room, people stand up. So I'm not used to standing ovations, but I am used to people standing up. Anyway, this thing is neat. I got to get one of these things in Haiti. I've never used them before, but I love it. Anyway, it's a thrill to be here tonight. I don't suspect I will ever have a night like it again in my life. I'm much more comfortable in Delma 32 or in Liberia or Mali and Haiti than I am in this gorgeous room. But it is a thrill. So thank you all for that. I was thinking about how I got here, and I realized that my road tonight started in November of my senior year in high school. And two events happened within weeks of each other. The first was when my gorgeous, favorite football-playing cousin came home from Vietnam, weighing less than 100 pounds, near death. If I thought I'd hated that damn war before, when Jimmy came home, you can imagine what I felt when I saw his shriveled body. A week later, a Peace Corps recruiting team came to my high school. They showed pictures of young people just like me working in villages all over Africa. The chief recruiter said, if you really want to change the world, join Peace Corps. And boy, did I want to change that world. 4.5 years later, I was teaching English in a remote, tiny African village in Cameroon, West Africa. My Cameroonian friends made me realize that caring about human beings, even human beings you don't really know, is an essential ingredient to a happy life. They understood that greed destroys societies. They knew that compassion and caring build societies. I never did change the world, but those wonderful Cameroonians changed my life. That's one of the reasons that I'm here tonight. But of course, the other reason I'm here tonight is Mr. Sean Penn. Where are you, Sean? Put your hand up. Oh, okay. When I was first nominated to be ambassador to Haiti, some young, cute, gushing young lady came running up to me saying, Ambassador, do you know the great Sean Penn is working in Haiti? And I said, yeah. I read an article with Sean talking about himself that described all the great work he was doing in Haiti. And I told her flat out, listen, I've been doing development work for 30 years plus, and I'm not impressed. Because at that time, I supposed that the great Sean Penn was living in some posh hotel, swooping into the tent camps just in time for a photo op, and galloping back to the nearest bar. She said, oh no, Mr. Penn is very serious. And I said, yeah, well, whatever. Roll forward 5 months, and I get an email from one of my office chiefs in Haiti. It said, Sean Penn would like to meet me at my earliest convenience. I wrote back, tell the great Sean Penn. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, my house. So he and Ben arrived an hour late with excuses that President Martelli desperately needed Sean's advice. And I'm thinking, really? What about? Cameo appearances? So Sean and I start to drink. Ben doesn't drink. I had very carefully told the only thing I don't like about Ben is that, I had very carefully told my staff, my bar guy, I said, when Mr. Penn gets here, we'll both drink vodka tonics, but you give him this much vodka, and you give me that much vodka, which he did. And we talked about development for 3 hours. We talked about development in general, and we talked about Sean's projects in particular. I found out that he really did live in the camps, and I found out he really did understand human dignity and that there were no quick solutions. I found out he knew he could not come and then walk away when it was uncomfortable. He cared and he delivered. The president of Haiti valued his advice, and now I could see why. At the end of those 3 hours, Sean said, walking a tad unsteadily to my front door, "Ambassador, I love you." And I thought to myself, you are not going to love me in the morning, my friend. But what I did learn 4 important things about Sean Penn. One, he is genuine. He deeply cares about people. He loves to swear as much as I do. And he truly does know development. He has carried off one of the most successful camp evacuations ever. 60,000 people moved from camp. That's quite a feat. And now I admit I'm a Penn groupie, not for the fabulous acting career, as impressive as that is, but because of his dedication to making Haiti better. Time and time again, he refused to take no for an answer. He found solutions when confronted with some of the toughest problems in a very tough place, and I know tough. He and his team fought hard and won the greatest gift of all, a better life for thousands. That's worth celebrating. I have lived in 10 African countries, and I've seen a lot of development, some very successful and some of it not so. One of the challenges that we face over and over in the developing world is how to change behavior that has been ingrained for years. For example, people don't really like using bed nets in hot climates. They're sticky and often smelly, and they cut off air circulation. So when I was in Liberia, we were having a horrible time getting people to use bed nets in a country that is just full of malaria. And so, by luck, I met a guy called Chief Zan Zan. Chief Zan Zan is the chief of chiefs in Liberia and known as a wise, great man with influence throughout the country. So I asked the chief of chiefs if he would agree to help me create some kind of message to encourage people to use bed nets. He said yes. 3 days later, my health colleagues and I visited Chief's headquarters. It was a beehive of activity. He had 8 aides, 3 wives, and 17 children all running around organizing the day's events. Speeches, visits, consultancies. He was a big man. We quickly got down to business, and Chief Sanzan told me he would come up with a slogan in 16 languages, 1 for each county in Liberia. He said the first pilot would be ready in a week. A week later, my team and I traveled with his crew to the first stop. After lots of dancing and singing and consumptions of huge cauldrons of rice and chicken, Chief Sanzan quieted the crowd. He pulled out a bamboo bed that was perfectly fitted with a bed net. He carefully pulled the bed net aside and crawled inside. Wife number 3 began to sing in a local language, a snappy tune about the benefits of using a bed net. Chief Zanzan just laid down and smiled. The 17 children danced around the bed with great enthusiasm and joy. Finally, the chief held up his hand. All activity stopped. 80-year-old, toothless, Chief Zanzan had a leer on his face that told me exactly what was on his mind, and it wasn't bed nets. It was a face that screamed, "I'm sexy and I know it." Zanzan laid down. He jutted his hips a couple of times, Elvis style. He took his hand and slowly rubbed it in this area, and he said in a loud, clear voice, then in a local language, "I can guarantee you this is a whole lot better with a bed net." Those bed nets flew off the shelf. Every man in Liberia wanted a bed net. I've been doing development for 35 years plus. I know a good development project when I see it, and I know a failure. And I never mince words when describing the difference. So I feel I'm in a pretty good position to bring you news from Haiti, credible news. I'm often asked by players in Washington, the great Washington players who, live in Washington and work in Washington, eat in Washington. They often ask me, "What the heck is going down there in Haiti, Ambassador? Why is Haiti still a basket case? Why isn't Haiti, the US government and the other donors, why haven't you fixed Haiti already? Gee, it's been 4 whole years since that earthquake." Well, my friends, on January 12th, 2010, almost 300,000 people died. Can you even begin to imagine 300,000 people dying in less than 5 minutes? You can't. It's unimaginable. It literally blows the mind. Another 300,000 plus were injured, eyes punched out, feet blown away, hands cut off, spines broken. Another 1-2 million were homeless. 10 million cubic feet of rubble blocked every avenue and every street, which made walking impossible, saying nothing of driving. Most hospitals, schools, and government buildings were in shambles. The Ministry of Health lost half of its workforce, including doctors and nurses. Absolutely nothing functioned. Nothing. Not electricity, not water, not sanitation. And let me tell you, the United States of America, the military, the aid agencies, the private sector, the NGOs, and yes, the great Sean Penn, swooped into Haiti and performed miracles. They set up makeshift airports and hospitals and schools and tent cities. If someone was bleeding, we, the United States of America, we provided bandages. If someone was hungry, we gave food. If someone was homeless, we provided shelter. In the worst circumstances in a very tough country, we helped to set Haiti back on her feet again. Yes, it did cost a lot of money, over $1 billion, but we saved lives. We gave people a reason to live and some modicum of dignity. And the people of Haiti did get on their feet again, against all odds. They decided to build back their country. They were slapped down, hit over the head, devastated, and yet they stood up. If there's one true lesson that I myself have learned from Haitians, is that if you are shoved down to the ground, wounded, hurt really bad, there's only one thing to do: get back up. Come and see. Everywhere you look, you can see a country rising. There are clinics and schools and government buildings and roads and ports and airports being constructed in every corner of the country. The rubble is mostly gone. Sean's organization cleared 500,000 cubic meters. That is over 1.3 tons. School teachers and health professionals and judges and legislators are receiving training. The number of people living in tent camps has gone down from 1.2 million to 170,000. That's an 87% drop. That's impressive. Crime is on the decline in Haiti, and the Haitian National Police is growing stronger. The murder rate dropped 24% last year. In 2012, the number of cholera cases dropped by more than 50% from 2011. After Secretary Clinton opened it just over a year ago, the Caracol Industrial Park now employs more than 2,000 workers in its factories, and that number will increase to 2,700 this month. Last Haiti is moving towards open, free, and fair elections. So, is everything just wonderful in Haiti? Of course not. There is still massive corruption and tax evasion and violence. There's too much poverty. Haiti needs more jobs and new laws to fight corruption. Haiti needs to make it easier to register a business and access credit and engage in modern commerce. No one is running around Haiti, certainly not me, with blinders on. However, too often Haiti is seen by most Americans as a country of burning tires and rocks flying, as a country where development has stalled and progress is limited. But that is not the Haiti that I see every day. I want the world to see Haiti through a different lens, and I think you people in this room can help. Many of you in this room are responsible for changing people's behavior. Your audience like to dress like you, or drive the same cars, or use the same pickup lines, good or bad. Those of you in the media shape the way Americans view the world. When you speak, people listen. We need to project a new image of Haiti, a Haiti that is open for business. You can help with that. Come and experience Haiti's pristine beaches, ancient castles, new hotels, and fabulous carnivals. Come and dance with us. We need creativity and energy and dedication. Dana Karen figured out how to make traditional Haitian crafts better. She worked side by side with Haitians to teach them quality control and new techniques and smarter marketing. 10 minutes after meeting the first group of craftsmen, she had 20 new ideas. We need 1,000 Dana Karens. You can help with that. Come and create with us. We need people who care about people less fortunate than they are. We need people who give a damn. We need people who have a voice in the media to really believe that Haiti can be and will be a country of growth and prosperity and stability. See the progress for yourself. Talk about Haiti to the press and to Congress and to other Americans. Change the image of Haiti. Be our witnesses. I have carried a personal message from the president of Haiti, President Martelly. He says, "Come and see my beautiful country. I guarantee you will be amazed at Haiti's beauty and at the progress we are making. We welcome you with open arms." I really don't want your money, because Sean wants your money, and Sean deserves your money. What I want is your courage. I want your creativity. I want your hearts. I want your voices. I want you to be my Chief Zanzans. I just want to close with a quote. I served in South Africa for 3 years, and right after President Mandela was voted into power, and so I feel very, very close to President Mandela, and you know he died recently, of course. And so I want to close with a quote from him, if you allow me. "Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. Sometimes it falls to a generation to be great. You can be that great generation. Please let your greatness blossom. Thank you. Thank you so much.